In this episode, we're going to be exploring the SAGE, the function technically known as introverted thinking. This is one of the 8 ways in which your mind, my mind, everyone's minds can operate. And depending on what your personality type is, you will have a very conscious relationship to this function or a very unconscious relationship to it. So, if you are of the personality types INTP or ISTP, you will be among the most familiar with this way of operating. Likewise, ENTP or ESTP, but also those who have this as something very unconscious, like the ENFJ or the ESFJ. So then, what is this about? I find that an image is often the best way to communicate what these functions are really about. And so for those of you watching on video, you'll see a picture now of a sword floating in the air, pointed downwards. Because what does a sword do? It cuts. It slices things apart. Ideas, mainly. It can divide one thing from another thing, and that can be very useful. It can be used for good purposes and with wholesome intentions. But of course, it can be harmful. But the idea of something that can cut, split apart, discern, tell one thing from another thing, it's not judgment, it's discernment. There's a difference between someone who has a psychology degree and someone who really studies the mind. They're not the same thing. It understands that there can be overlap, but that sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes appearances can be very misleading. The sage will work it out. It will deduce it. It relies on theory. It's concerned with building the perfect theory, complete understanding, as opposed to applying that understanding in the world. That's extroverted thinking. And extroverted thinking is more concerned, some would say, with application, what works in the world, what's efficient, what's optimal. And that is true. And yet, what Jung said about it was that it actually draws principles from experience. It brings what it perceives, because it is a judging function. So when the user of this SAGE function perceives something about the world or themselves, it's bringing it into their internal model.